G'day Bomber fans, another day, another trade update. There is a bit to talk about before the end of the free agency period today. There's a lot going on. We are sure to see stuff getting done very soon. I say that as if we haven't already brought in 2 players, but here is an update of where all the deals sit. Also, I'm filming this on Thursday night, or last night, because I'm pretty busy tomorrow or today for you watching. So if any news has changed before this release, that is because it is the trade period and news really does pop up out of nowhere, but let's just get into it. Alright, let's start with Jade Gresham because that's where the news is right now. We aren't doing any trading till our free agency deals are done, and here's the last player we need to get through the doors through free agency. Now, the free agency period shuts today at 5 PM. We are yet to lodge an offer, but I wouldn't be stressed by this. It's not like St Kilda can just refuse to accept whatever offer we put forward past 5 PM and the deal falls through. The 5 PM deadline is for lodged offers. So let's say we give it to the AFL at 4:59. It can still get done whenever. St Kilda will have 3 days to potentially match the offer and force a trade because Gresham is a restricted free agent, and that is what is being discussed so much right now, the potential of a trade being forced. St Kilda are apparently adamant in receiving first round compensation for Gresham, and if they don't, they will force a trade through a matched offer. If this is indeed the case, we will not land Gresham. We are not going to be trading for him because half the reason we are interested is because of the fact he is a free agent. He is essentially, he costs nothing from draft capital. We don't want our draft hand ruined, and frankly, of the deals we are doing or have done, Gresham is the one we can most afford to let drop. It would be handy to have him, but it's not a need we are looking to fix. It's just an improvement to our list. Now, I think realistically this does get done through free agency, and that's because this 2023 free agency period is tainted by the AFL's lack of CBA adjustment. Players are receiving a 10% pay increase next year, and the free agency compensation method doesn't take that into account. It's really silly. So Ben Mackay could be earning $70,000 to $80,000 more between years 2023 and 2024, and that is why he is pick 3 instead of later, because the guidelines they are using to offer compensation are for 2023 contracts, which are 10% lower. It's why we are seeing such high picks given around. Tom Duday pick 19. It's pretty silly, but it's why I think we see Gresham landed with a first rounder, a late first rounder, mind you, like Duday. He is taking a pay cut, but still earning $50,000 to $60,000 more than he would have last season just because of the pay increase. I have also seen some talk about the possibility of him walking to the preseason draft to join us if St Kilda force a trade. I don't personally buy this. Players do not want to be rookie drafted. I think he would rather stay at St Kilda than go to the rookie draft, but that's where it sits. We will lodge our offer today if we haven't already by the time this video is out, and then we wait on St Kilda to make a decision. The ball is in their court after we give the offer to the AFL. All right, now Brandon Zerk-Thatcher, there isn't really a huge update from when I last spoke, but it appears the Asava Radaglia deal that Port Adelaide are also negotiating right now has hit a bit of a roadblock, which is directly going to affect how this one gets done with Brandon Zerk-Thatcher. I don't see Port doing business for BZT before Radaglia unless they want to swap Duursma directly in the process with little to no draft capital involved. Now, ideal world, they said they want to keep Duursma. We said the same about BZT. He has a 3-year contract on offer. We will not be trading BZT if Duursma isn't involved, I would say, and it probably goes back the other way as well. Port won't offload Duursma if the BZT deal falls through. I think we have hit a stage where the deals rely on each other, and that almost makes it easier in a way for Port. They have a lot to get done, so offloading less draft capital to get BZT, it might help them get this secured before we see Radaglia move to Port even. But this one will go to the wire, or go the distance. I think I would be surprised if it gets done before Tuesday or Wednesday. So this is the one with legs. Of all our deals, this is the one that reads deadline day to me. Now I want to talk a bit about Xavier Duursma. I think it was Kane Corns, the absolute genius himself, that said Duursma is moving for more midfield minutes. As soon as I saw this move, I just knew it was fake. The guy spins these narratives out of nowhere. There is no chance Duursma comes to Essendon for more midfield minutes. We have a very deep engine room that he cannot fit into. His manager has even come out and said it's not the case. He has said that Duursma is moving to be a better player. He struggled at Port with injury and form after a really promising start to his career. His strengths are as a winger, and that is where he will play. I'm sure we're going to see glimpses of stoppage work every now and then, and that's a strength you get with a player like Duursma. He can run through the middle once or twice, but it won't won't be regular like Corns is making it out to be. I really don't know where he comes up with this stuff. I respect footy journos having opinions. He is opinionated, and that is part of the fun you get with Kane Corns. But when he tries to spread news that just doesn't seem to be true, that's when you got to question him. So that is my Duursma update past what we already know. He should be involved in a BZT trade, so if BZT doesn't get done, neither does Duursma, I think. There have been some updates with Massimo D'Ambrosio. His manager Julian Petrarca has come out to speak about his client, so he sees this one getting done on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think that makes sense considering we haven't really received an offer yet from Hawthorn. We have spoken with the Hawks, but it's been loose talks. We obviously aren't doing anything until free agency ends, and dealing doesn't really get done on the weekend. Hawthorn have offered Massimo a 2-year deal compared to our 1-year deal. I think that's a big say on his request. He requested a trade after we offered a contract, and Petrarca says it's about security and opportunity. This one is going to get done. I would be so shocked if it doesn't really. It would be a late-ish pick. We can't really drive a hard bargain like we will with BZT. It's a second-year player who barely played this season, and when he did, he was the sub. So expect a 4th rounder, a 3rd rounder, ideally a late 3rd, but not much higher than that, I would say. But that is all. A little trade update. I am sure some of this has already changed today because I am recording this at 10 PM on a Thursday, so by the time you watch this, news would have already changed. I am unfortunately busy all day tomorrow, or today if you're watching now, but cheers for watching these updates. I am noticing they're getting more views, so clearly you guys like watching them. I'll put more out next week. Comment down below anything you want to add, anything I have missed, but that is all. Cheers for my fans.